You have a very magical power within you right now, and you were born with this power. But somewhere along the line, you lost touch from your true self. The moment you realized or you thought you were living in a solid reality, you lost this power. And as soon as people started telling you that your world is real and you have to react to this and you have to do certain things in certain ways, you started to lose your power a little bit here, a little bit there, until eventually you came to your current reality now. And everything that you're creating now is based on those certain set of beliefs. But I'm here to tell you that you can unlock this power that you were born with. And unlocking this power can actually be really simple. But it's up to your imagination. How well can you focus on an image in your mind of something that you want to have as if it were already complete? How well can you create a movie, a mental movie in your mind and see that as happening to you now, thinking from an event? And if you test this out, you will soon discover that this is very difficult for you. But it was not difficult for you when you first entered this world. Your highest self can image and create anything they want in their imaginations and make it come into their reality within the simulation, because you are living in a simulation that is being created from your imagination. But we have all of these things that have entered our reality that are distracting us, that are taking this power away from us in the form of pornography, alcohol, drugs, distractions, short-form content, social media. All of these things are training your mind not to be able to imagine anymore, not to be able to create your own reality, to create your own future. But I'm here to tell you that it's not too late to train your mind to its original state of master creator. You are a magical and masterful creator, and you have the use of your imagination. You can create feeling states through your imagination and make those things project onto the outer space of the simulation. But in order to do that, you must gain your power back, your original state of master creator, being very present in the moment, not overthinking, having this detailed focus, this laser-like focus within the present moment, and knowing that your world isn't real. And you no longer allow yourself to be distracted by social media, by any foreign substance outside of yourself within the simulation to control your states of consciousness. These are the things that are robbing your ability to do this. All of those things have to be eliminated from your life, and you have to go within yourself, within your imagination, in the present moment, and start creating your own images, your own feeling states, your own thoughts, seeing what thoughts are coming into your own mind that don't originate from you. Because either you are controlling the simulation or it is controlling you. And if you don't have control over your feeling states within yourself, then the simulation is controlling you. Because if something comes into your life and this thing is negative, or it's something that you don't want in your life, and then you all of a sudden have a negative reaction to this thing, you are now creating negative assumptions and images in your own mind, making that true into your world for tomorrow, the next day, and the next week, and the next year. You're now creating those things to happen to you again because the reaction that you made created a mental image to recreate itself. But as soon as you have control of the direction of your attention and you're in the present moment, you will realize you're living in a simulation and this isn't even real. And knowing that if you react to this, you're actually just recreating it over and over and over again into your life. And the moment that you realize that and you're conscious of this, then you're going to make the decision not to react to it, to actually look at it in a different light. to say, maybe this is happening for my benefit. Then your imagination is now picturing something better happening to you. But it's about controlling this idea and controlling this imagery in your own mind, how it works, knowing when it's happening, and getting away from the instant gratification. All this stuff is what's controlling your mind, so that way you're not present enough to be able to see when it happens, to change the images in your mind. If you saw everything in a different light, it would create different images in your mind, and you would make a radical psychological change, and your world would have to change with it, because that is the rule. Because you are right now living in a simulation that's being pushed out from inside of you, from your imagination. So when you make a radical psychological change within, in your own imagination, in your own self-concept, then the outside, the simulation, has to also have a radical change. Everything has to change. It cannot stay the same if you make a radical change up here. So if you start changing all this stuff that's in your life, you get away from the instant gratification, the drugs, and whatever else you know you're using that you shouldn't be using, or wasting your time throughout the day and not investing your time in doing something very productive, being the person you love and admire and giving that person to the world, and you're not being that person, then your simulation is never going to change. And that's the reason why it is that way. So you can't really complain about your world being as it is, because you're the one that's creating it. But the moment that you get control of your attention and you realize who you want to be, you can be that person. You can step into that version of yourself right before you go to sleep at night, and different intervals throughout the day, and live as if you are that person all day long, because you have control of the direction of your attention, and you're very present, and you know you're living in a simulation, and you know how it's being created. So now you can change everything, and you know that it can happen, because now you're seeing the glitches. Now you're seeing that things are changing. You're seeing that things that you're falling asleep with imagining are actually happening in your reality. And you're witnessing this, climbing the ladder at night. All of a sudden you got to climb the ladder. Counting $100 bills. All of a sudden you're seeing $100 bills everywhere. Or you imagine somebody calling you and that person calls you. These are things that solidify your belief that you're living in a simulation. And when you get control of your attention and your present moment awareness, you will be able to change everything in your reality. And this should be very abundantly clear once you start seeing glitches within your reality that you're living in a simulation. And what better thing can there, because you don't have to listen to me and what I'm telling you. Experience it for yourself. Get control of your attention, learn how to use your imagination, and fall asleep doing something. Fall asleep having something happen to you, or somebody calling you that hasn't talked to you in years, or climbing a ladder like Neville Goddard did, like he told his VIP audience. Climbing the ladder as you're going to sleep at night. I will not climb a ladder. I will not, but you're climbing the ladder to sleep, and all of a sudden you have to climb a ladder. All of a sudden you're seeing ladders everywhere. I don't have to convince you of this. You can experience this on your own. It's very simple to see. This is not rocket science to find out that this is you're actually living in an artificial world. It's a hologram. It's a simulation. And you can control it through your focused attention, your present moment awareness, and then experiencing the glitches, knowing you're living in a simulation. So what are you waiting for? I don't understand. If you're not living the life that you want, and now you know you're living in a simulation, and you simply have to imagine things, visualize things, and be the person that you want to be as you're going to sleep at night and throughout the day, and all of a sudden it magically manifests into your world, you start seeing more of it everywhere. Then it's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop procrastinating, because we don't have an information issue. We only have an application issue. So you got to start applying this into your life today and start testing it out. Start falling asleep counting with $100 bills. Start climbing a ladder to sleep at night. So if you've been watching these videos and you've been wanting to get to that next level, maybe what this guy's saying on these videos is right. But I mean, it sounds cool, but I really haven't experienced it yet. Really sit down tonight and put a scene together. Put something together that you want to happen in your reality, and sit up and start imagining it. Sit up on your bed before you go to sleep and start picturing yourself, imagining it and creating it, bringing one sense in at a time, what you're going to see, what you're going to hear, what you're going to taste, what you're going to touch, everything. Bring it in one sense and make it really real in your mind, and start picturing this, start rehearsing it in your mind. See if you can do this with your own imagination. And then as you get the scene developed, lay down in a position you normally wouldn't sleep in. Lay down and then start replaying it again, and then fall asleep. Try your best to try to fall asleep, go into the state akin to sleep while you're doing that, and it's going to happen to you. And if you find that you cannot hold your attention on the imaginal act within your own mind, it's because you are distracted. Your mind has been programmed with short form content and everything else that is distracting you within the simulation. And that could be pornography, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be this, it could be that, it could be relationships, toxic relationships. It could be a lot of things that are distracting your life right now that are constantly attracting your attention from without. You have to learn to control your attention from within and start controlling all of that on the outside. And when you get everything within the mind to be still and calm, you start to see your world start to mirror that and start to become still and calm as well. And then you can start really controlling the simulation and start hitting different things that you want to create within your reality. But start doing that tonight, okay? And if you find that you cannot imagine something very clearly in your mind and you want to get away from this stuff, join my community on School. We have courses. I just created a brand new course with dopamine detox, the instant gratification, eliminating that from your life, doing the leaf exercise, the reverse course, a routine put in place for you. That way you can get to the next level to use your own imagination, okay? Because if you can't imagine, you can't picture something and hold your attention on that imaginal act. It's just you need a little bit of work. You need to develop this part of your mind. All right, that is the end of this video, but to be continued. I will continue on my journey of helping and assisting as many people as I possibly can, because I have become the person that I love and admire and respect, and I'm giving that person to the world, and I want everyone to emulate that. I want everyone to discover this within themselves and be that person and create the life of their dreams and find their purpose and passion and love in the world. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.